We begin this half hour with the top story, the do-over in the desert after losing a competitive race to longtime Republican Congressman Ken Calvert last year in a redrawn district that includes much of the Coachella Valley. Democrat Will Rollins is now seeking a rematch in 2024. I spoke with both candidates. We begin with Rollins about why he's running again and what he hopes to do differently this time around. Well, first off, why do you plan to run again for Congress against Ken Calvert?
Well, I grew up in a family that values public service and spent the last 5 years in law enforcement, working in counterterrorism, and got into the race originally because of the threats to our democracy. And those threats are still very much present as we head into 2024. But I also learned in the first campaign that the people who are interested in keeping power for themselves don't care about our pocketbooks. And if you look at some of what Ken Calvert has done since being reelected, I think that just proves the point. Campaigned on inflation, but one of his first votes was to gut the Office of Congressional Ethics. And they've recently proposed a budget that cuts veterans' healthcare benefits, that actually cuts border security funding. So I think voters are looking for someone who's going to fight for you, the voter, and tell people that you matter. And I think that this election is going to come down to a contrast between who's in it for you and who's in it for themselves.
You lost to Calvert by about 11,000 votes last year. What do you plan to do differently this time around, and how do you plan to close that gap?
Well, the truth is, I had a steep learning curve in the first one. I worked in law enforcement for 5 years and became a first-time candidate just last year, or at the end of 2021. So, it was a lot to learn in that first time, but really proud of the coalition that we built. And I think the more people get to know me, the better we've done. And I was really proud to have endorsements from, the former Republican assembly leader in California, the former Republican elected sheriff. That's a really unique bipartisan coalition that I want to keep building on. And that's why I'm starting early and want to make sure that I'm out there meeting as many people as possible so they get a chance to see me face to face and know who I am and what I value.
How do you think things might shape out differently this time around? Do you anticipate that there will be more support for you?
Look, I think every time there's a presidential election, we know that turnout goes way up across the board. And I wish folks voted in every election because every election is crucial, but I think turnout will be really key. And I'm also really proud to have already gotten a ton of support from the California Congressional delegation. And those are my future colleagues who I'm going to be working with to fight for people right here in Riverside County on the issues that matter to us locally, whether it's getting Eastvale its own zip code, which they've been trying to get forever, or just getting more funding for infrastructure in the county rather than showing up at ribbon cuttings and voting against infrastructure, which is unfortunately what Congressman Calvert has been doing for the last couple of years. So look, I think we need somebody who's going to focus on local issues. And I think that the more that I get to know folks in the community, the better I've done. And I look forward to working hard to do that this time.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now here's my interview with Republican Congressman Ken Calvert on the potential rematch. Will Rollins announced that he is planning to run again against you for Congress. Your reaction to that, and do you also plan to seek re-election?
Yeah, and we won this last race by almost 5 points and 11,000 ballots. I mean, people said it was the closest. It was not the closest race I've ever had. Maybe 3 out of the last, God knows how many. But look, this is not a shock to me. We have a number of Democrats running. I suspect they'll have a very spirited primary, and whoever emerges, I'll once again show my record. I've been getting out to the desert a lot. You probably have noticed that. Going out to events, meeting people, handling constituent service, which people out in the desert appreciate. Doing a lot of passports. People want to travel. And I would tell them to come to our Palm Desert office, and if they need any help on a veterans case or IRS or arrest, we'll take care of them.
Do you anticipate that this will be another contentious election?
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about the issue. He just wants to lie about me. That I a bunch of things he accuses me of, which are ridiculous. And so, he proved himself to be a liar. And I think people saw through that, and they'll see through it again. And he wants to bring up the same old crap. I'm sure he will.
Anything else, Congressman Calvert, you would like to say before we let you go?
Well, I enjoy serving the Coachella Valley, and will continue to enjoy serving the Coachella Valley.
All right, Congressman Calvert, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day. I
also spoke with Calvert about his priorities on the border following the end of Title 42. You can find my full in-depth interview with the congressman on our website, kesq.com.